Have you ever dreamed of hitting the open road, exploring amazing destinations, and getting paid to do it? Stick around because we're revealing how to turn your RV adventures into a money-making lifestyle. Hey there, fellow RVers. I'm Julie, and my husband Jason and I live full-time in an RV, traveling the U.S. one campground at a time. But unlike a lot of traveling videos you've seen, this is our life. This is what we do full-time. And guess what? We get paid to do it. Jason actually does something completely different in a technology-related field, but he's also remote. But we're not here to talk about Jason. We're here to talk about what I do. And I definitely think it's something many of you might be interested in. And if you hear the mowing in the background, yes, I'm at a campground. And apparently they decided that now was the time to mow the lawn. Okay, well, that was fun. I was trying to explain this position to you guys, but I was outside and there was too many distractions. And then somebody started mowing, so I had to come inside. All right, so this is a job that you can do by yourself, or you can do it with your spouse as a team. So since Jason has his own job, I do this job completely by myself. So this is a job you can do by yourself, or you can do with your spouse as a team. I would say most work together, but there are some instances where it's just one of you or the other. I will say one of my favorite coworkers has worked by herself and has worked for the company for almost as many years as I've been alive. So in this video, I'm going to show exactly how I earn a living while traveling full-time, working with a company that, like I said, has been in business since the 80s, and how you can do it too. So I work as an independent marketing consultant. You've probably seen our work even though you don't realize it. Those free campground guides you get, that's us. That's what we do. So my job is to visit small businesses in the area near the campgrounds and RV parks and ask them to advertise in the guest guide. Now, first, I would look to see who's already advertising and renew those for the following year. Then I would try to find new advertisers. So these ads actually pay for the printing cost of the guides. So they're completely free for the campground, and they're great for local business exposure. So here's a really fun part. I get to go to restaurants. I speak with RV techs, laundromats, coffee shops, pet stores, really any business a camper might need. So I explain to them how the guide works, what kind of traffic the campground gets, and how their ad can reach the right people. So no matter what campground it is, there's different amounts of people that come to the campground per year. But I make sure I know the specific campground I'm promoting, like how much traffic they get a year, because that says how much business that can be brought into the local economy. How does this work for a full-time RVer, you ask? Well, first of all, the most important thing, I get to choose where I work. So no one tells me which parks I have to work or anything like that. I get to pick. So let's just say that Jason and I decided we're going to go to Illinois and we want to take a trip, and I want to work some parks because there's no Thousand Trails parks, and I want to find some parks to stay in, and I don't want to pay for it, and I want to make money while I'm doing it. So along our path, I'm going to look at which parks are available, and I'm going to look them up and see if it's a good fit for Jason and I. One of the things that we look at is internet capacity, capabilities, and whether or not our RV is the right size for the park, because sometimes you'll get campgrounds where you're just too big for it. And we are 40 feet, I think. So we want to make sure that we fit. So we get to choose the parks we work with, and then the company has partnerships with campgrounds all over the US. So it's pretty easy to find if there's a campground on our path. So once we pick the park, then we get with the company and get approval to work the park. Then we would reach out to the campground and schedule our stay. And that's when you're saying like, okay, this is the size of my rig, this is the kind of site I need. But it's totally flexible. You decide the campground. You also decide your schedule. You get to pick when you work. So let's just say in the morning I get up and I go visit like 4 to 6 advertisers, and then, I'll have lunch back in the RV. I might go for a hike, and then, I might make some phone calls and follow up with some that I spoke to that morning or maybe even the day before. And then, your evenings are yours. It's no different than a normal job, but I make my own schedule, so I can determine what I do each and every day. You also can decide to work like one park for 2 weeks, and then you might want to take a break for 2 weeks. So right now we're in Bar Harbor, Maine, where I was at earlier on the beautiful lake. We're in Bar Harbor. I'm not working a park here. I'm actually on vacation, but I'm finishing up some parks, so I'm doing some paperwork and I might be on the phone here and there, but essentially, I've left the campground and I've done the job. Another thing is you do not have to have a desk. Now, I'm actually sitting at my desk right now, and I actually do have a coworker, and this is where he sits. But we usually don't sit together during the working day. I sit here in the evenings or something. He's there during the day because he's on the phone, but we both have desks here in our toy hauler. So you got to be able to have somewhere to sit. And you can sit anywhere. You can sit at a park bench outside, like I was doing earlier. You can sit at your desk. You can sit at the couch. You can sit at the island, wherever you choose. It's very flexible. So let's talk logistics. What do you actually need to get started to do this job? So the first thing you would need is a reliable RV setup with a place to sit. We've already covered that, so you're good to go. You're also going to need basic sales or people skills. So you don't have to have sales experience, but you should know how to talk to people. It's also good to have a smartphone or tablet of some kind, along with any kind of laptop will work. As long as you can connect to the cloud, you pretty much can do this job. You also will need internet connectivity for emails and phone calls. And see, that works for me because Jason already has to have that for work. So as long as he has connectivity, I'm good to go. I don't even need that much at all. You don't need sales experience. We did just talk about that. But being comfortable talking to people is a big plus. The company provides training and materials. You actually get 3 days of training, and then you're provided with my most favorite thing in the world, which is a project manager. And that person helps you with everything you need every step of the way from the moment you're done with your training. And my project manager, her name is Kelly. I could not do this job without her. She is amazing, and she makes this job so easy for me, and she works with me, and anything I need, she takes care of. And we have a great working relationship, and that's what makes me love this job. So you have 3 days of training, and your trainer is actually kind of with you for your first 3 jobs, not physically, but on the phone. You can ask as many questions as you need and get all the help you need on your first 3 jobs. So they don't cut you loose and let you go on your own until you've gotten your first 3 jobs under your belt. And those are probably the hardest thing you're going to do because you're getting acclimated with the way the job works. But you get that great training to help you get started. So if you're already traveling or dreaming of RV life and you're looking for a way to fund your adventures with flexible, meaningful work, I seriously recommend checking this out. Now, if you're a campground and you came to check out what the heck I was talking about, get paid to RV, let me tell you about something that's available for you from the same company. The same company has developed a reservation system that blows every other one out of the water. It is very unique, and it does things that I've never seen campground reservations do. Another thing that makes it so great is that it's all on the cloud, and it's completely free to the campground. I know that's crazy. Why would they give free software to every campground in the US that would like it? Well, they do make their money building the software by charging on every reservation. So every time someone makes a reservation to this campground, there is a $3 fee, and that goes directly to the end consumer. And the campground has nothing to do, like they do not pay anything for this software. And it's a really great tool. And the software also helps you with marketing and a lot of other, so there's so many things that software can do to help you, and it's free. So this company, they're giving campgrounds free maps, free software, and then all they got to do is say, yes, come on, let's go do this. It's a great opportunity. You know, one thing that Jason and I like is that we can travel anywhere we want. And if I want to work a park, I'll just look and see if there's one available. If I don't, and because I'm working on other things, then I don't. I mean, I have to work 8 parks a year. That's it. That's the only requirement I have in order to stay active with this company. Currently, I have about 16 that I'm working in like this year. So that's not bad at all. So I hope you enjoyed me telling you about this position. If this is something you think you'd want to do, you can drop any questions you have in the comments. You can send us a message. I'm happy to share more with you about the position, and I'm happy to get you connected with the company to get you started. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we hope you find your next destination.
We sold our house along with almost everything we owned, and we packed up the RV to live a lifestyle on the road. Now we're free from sticks and bricks and that old life we used to know. Come and join on our adventures, all the places that we'll go. And living in the RV is sublime. Destination full time.